Welcome. We're gonna start a new game. No more Oni for the time being. We'll return to Oni at some later point. We are playing Factorio because I haven't played this game in a while since before the release. And I think that the last time I played this was shortly after the cannon trains were released, and that's a long time ago. Since then, the game was released, and they added a few new things I'm not aware of that I haven't played with, so this will be an interesting thing. I'm gonna start a new game. Okay, so this is different from what I experienced before. Oh, I see. These are scenarios. Can't you just... Oh, these... Oh, this is the... No, it's not. Where's the... Oh, is free play what I'm looking for? Oh, the GIs. Oh yeah, that's it. They changed that a bit. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it on default. I'm not really into Death Worlds. Rail World is actually good. That's what I used to like before because I like to play with trains. The only problem with it is that the resources are really scattered. I'm gonna leave it on default. Uh, yeah, let's just leave it on default. Terrain, water, trees, cliffs, moisture, enemies. Maybe I should start with the peaceful mode just not to be bum rushed early on. Now let's keep everything default. Let's keep everything default. Okay. Yeah, let's play everything by default. So we're gonna play a default world. So it's probably gonna randomize everything, which is fine. Did you accept my click? I hope you accept my click. Come on. Oh, oh yeah. There is a cutscene now. Well, that looks like a big bad crash. Is there something in the smoke? This is Factorio Free Play. Your task is to launch a rocket into space. You will need to research advanced technologies and blah 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 blah. It's all the same as it was saying before. Tips and tricks. Yeah. We know the basics. Okay. I was thinking this is something, but this is just a fragment. Can I actually do something with this? Okay. Is that counting towards anything? Yeah, I'm getting some early game resources, I guess. One thing I never liked about this game, well, it wasn't really an issue in the earlier versions, but the whole apocalyptic whistling music, I'm not a fan. I have to say I'm not a fan of that. Let me just check if everything is working here correctly. It does seem like everything is being recorded. Can't remember what's the fire button. Well, I think I'm gonna painfully discover that. What is the fire button? Mine, build. Shoot enemy. Spacebar. Fair enough. I can't shoot a tree if I remember correctly. No. It has to be an enemy. Oh well. Copper, coal, iron is there. We're gonna need. It's kind of far away from each other, but it'll work. Right away from the start, I need copper. Do we still start with any beginning things? Yeah, we do get a furnace, and we do get an a miner. Oh, doesn't matter which way you're looking at. So let's put it you there. We'll need some wood. One of the biggest selling points for this game is the quality of the 2D sprites and their animations. They are absolutely beautiful. Okay. First of all, let's put one box up. And will you actually take what was the button to actually interact with it? Oh yeah, it's left click. Let's put some coal down. What do I need for more of these? First thing I want to do is start getting coal out. So I will need some stone furnaces and just a bunch of iron. So since I need stone furnaces, I'm gonna need to mine up some stone. I think I'm gonna skip the whole coal burning part. So the burner pickers and it's just not worth it. Unless they change something, that should be fine. So I want you to keep burning and do we have enough? No, we're missing iron. Hey Galaxy, nice to see ya. Yeah, the pollution is only going to start to be a thing when I have things that are not coal powered. If you look at here, see, this is the pollution I'm making just because of that single burner thing. I don't make really much pollution and I'm surrounded by greenery, so these things are gonna offset most of it. I put a default world. Yeah, the biters will do bad stuff. The biters do very bad stuff. Pollution doesn't spread that much from these things, but it will spread from everything I make for electrical stuff. I'm gonna skip the most of the coal burn. I'm just gonna make enough to start mining in the beginning, and then later on we're gonna immediately go for electricity. Yeah, the trees do help. They offset pollution by a certain factor. I left everything by default, so it's going to be a certain amount of help, at least for early game. Later on, it's not really an issue. I do need more stone. Hold on, I have enough for a burner miner, or burner drill. Just see if there is a big boulder to speed this up, but I don't feel like searching for boulders right now. I don't like that my copper is all the way there. Okay, so I have enough for this. So we have these things. I don't really need to mine stone that regularly for now. I can do it by hand for the time being. So we're gonna do this number. There we go. Oh, if you let them go to level 2 or level 3, then yeah, it's a good idea to clear out nests when you early on when you're spreading out, because the moment they go to level 2 and if you don't have proper defenses, you are doomed. Flame turrets help, but not by much. Uh, the level 3 especially, and spitters. Spitters will do a lot of damage because they don't have to get that close and they can take your turrets out. We'll need more of these. This is now being produced, so you can now mine for me. There we go. Yeah, I haven't. I've mentioned this when I started. I haven't played the this game since the release of the gun carts, so the cannon trains. So it will be interesting because I will experience a lot of things that I didn't experience before. It will be interesting. It will be interesting. What I am planning to do is when we do reach the point where we need to worry about biters, I'm just gonna go clear out the nests. I do have a tactic that I used before that should work before I get a tank, and when I get a tank it becomes easier. The level 1 spitters not so much. Level 2 and level 3 spitters, they're essentially artillery. You have to take them out as soon as you can. Ramming them with a car or with a tank, pretty much the best choice. Let's see what I can build apart from this by default. I can make armor, I can make radar, everything else is the same, so early game is identical to how it was before. If you have a lot of robots, then yeah, it becomes very easy. It's not easy per se, it just becomes less convoluted because you can worry more about other things and let the robots take care of the supply. Spitters can take, at least they could, I don't know if that was changed. Spitters used to be able to take down robots. They would shoot them down. I don't know if that was changed or not. I'm quietly hoping yes, but I don't think so. Oh, what am I missing? Iron. Yeah, the repair robots are great. They are good to have around turret groups to essentially get stuff done. Early game is a bit slow, but that's to be expected. I want to make this coal loop so that it will keep my coal going for the start of the game until I start getting proper electrical coal mining. So I want to get to electricity as soon as possible. I don't want to rely on coal. Water is quite far. Oh, okay, so trains can now kill you as well. Okay, that's something good to keep in mind because trains used didn't kill you. They would just bump you off the track. So that's new. Okay, I can just put a pump here. That should do the trick. That's a good note, Galaxy Squad. I will keep away from my own tracks. When I played last, well, it might have been a change even then. I just generally don't let trains run me over. You know, it's kind of a good idea to keep away from a running train. But it's a good thing to know. Give me that. Take this. Do I have enough? Yes, I do. Yeah, there is more logic options now that you can do, including detection of where you're on the track. But still, the best idea is not to be on the track when the train is coming. There, if I'm not mistaken, there is the train. The train will whistle if you're on the train track. If I'm not mistaken. Okay, so this is now done. Okay, so this will now loop forever until they're all full. So I'll no longer have a problem with coal for the foreseeable future. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Stay away from tracks and you'll be good. Iron. Okay, so let me see. What do I need for the pump? Offshore pump. Yeah. So I'll make one more just to get. I'll need stone, for instance, for this as well. Okay. Do I have any stone left? I do not. Seriously, is there a boulder around? Is that a boulder? That is a boulder. More stone at once. There we go. 23 stone. Is there another boulder around? No, there isn't. That's fine. And give me this. I have a box with me, I think. So I'm gonna put here to start. I didn't bring any coal with me. Of course I didn't bring any coal with me. I should have bring some coal with me because I need to bring some coal with me. One. Seriously, one is enough, and I don't want to rely on coal at all, as much as I can help it. I'm gonna take some from you, and I'm gonna take some from you, and I'm gonna take some from you. Really not a fan of the eerie music. Probably should just put pretzel on. I think I'm gonna put I didn't set up for this stream pretzel. I wasn't aware that the music was so creepy. And that kind of brings the mood down. Okay, you are now working on this. Let me mine some by hand. I'm gonna set a pretzel for the next Sunday stream when we stream Factorio, so that we can have some decent music that doesn't make us kill ourselves. Because this isn't a horror game as much as it tries to be. Oh, you're out of fuel. There you go. Take that, take this. I think I made one too many. Not that I need it. There we go. All the coal I'll ever need. So you had a raid that killed 2 of your pawns on RimWorld, huh? Yeah, those are always depressing when you get somewhere and you have your favorite pawns and then they get killed in a raid. How big was the raid? I think that's enough. We can start working on this. I will need these, and I'll need iron for the piping. Okay. I don't have active. There is a. I don't know if you're aware of this, but there is another thing that the biters don't like, apart from pollution, and that certain tech, the moment you build a radar, they're aggravated by that. So if they're in the radius of the radar, they will attack it. At least that's how it was. Like I said, I haven't played the game for quite a long time, so some things may have changed in the meantime. But I remember before, the moment I've made a radar, there they came, and there they bite. So if that was changed, great. If it wasn't, well, I'm not building a radar yet. That was a very bad raid. Did they bring mortars in, Galaxy Squad? That sounds like it was a very, very heavy raid. Did they have mortars, or was it just unlucky? Oh. Okay, so oh, you now get shown where you can build this. Perfect. Okay, and I'm gonna need some piping anyway. Just put it down here. Okay, so let me see if my old setup. So I know that they changed how boilers work. You don't need to line up the boilers any longer. One is enough for, I think, three, if I'm mistaken. Three can handle one. I mean, three generators can handle one boiler, if I'm not mistaken. I think I am correct in saying that. We'll see. And you didn't have any heavy. I'm guessing that with that heavy raid, you didn't have any cannon turrets or mortars or at least heavy machine gun turrets of your own to fight them off, right? You know what helps with those kinds of raids? Taming those booming rats, or however they're called. Uh, they essentially do a suicide run on them. And they can kill a lot. Okay, so this is now set up. These things don't have fuel, but I'll put fuel in them. Uh, I'll need these. Uh, this should work. Okay, so first thing I want to set up is iron smelting. Actually, no. I would like to make this independent of me as soon as possible. Oh, no, no, no. Actually, I do need a lot of iron for all of the bloody oh, what they're called. The movie belties. Transport belts. Or conveyors, that's the word I was looking for. Ah, see, Will, this is what you're talking about, Galaxy Squad, is that's one of the reasons when I'm playing RimWorld, I try to pick up, when I'm not playing a random map, of course, I'm trying to pick up maps which have mountains or hills so that I can make raiding only possible from single or possibly two directions, so that they can only come at me from a limited arc. Exactly, so that they can't surround me. If you're flanked and surrounded, you're in a very tough position. Where did I put it? Ah, there it is. Okay. I know that there is a button that you can hold so these get automatically distanced, but I forgot which button that is. So we're doing this a bit slower. One of these days I'll remember which button it is. There we go. Okay, so we have a choice. We actually have enough iron coal being mined, so we can refuel those boilers manually for the time being. Let's just focus on getting these things. And now I will actually need. I will need stone, so I will pick this up. I think I have enough iron made to hold me for a while. So we'll pick this up and we'll have it mine stone instead. So that I can make other things. There we go. Because I will need a lot of furnaces for the iron I'm going to be mining out. There we go. Yeah, I know what you're referring to. If you put out a blueprint and there's damage, then it gets automatically repaired. I know what you're referring to. I have two drills, so let's see. Let's place these in a way that actually collects the most, so I don't have to reposition it. The green aura is everything that it reaches, so it reaches one field out further than what it looks like. Actually, I could just immediately just set up both. Let's just set up both. There we go. We'll make these, and let's start making these. I don't have the splitters for the, but it doesn't really matter if I don't have splitters right now. So I think I'm gonna make the iron smelting process here. I can always tie more of them into if I need to. Well, late game RimWorld does become very stressful with pawn management. There is no avoiding that simply because of the nature of things. Okay, so we're gonna have this set up this way. So I'm gonna make iron making here. I'm going to utilize the fact that you can actually have two things running on the same belt at once. But hold on. I want one belt to feed furnaces from both ends. Actually, should I do it like that? That's how I usually do it. Feeding the belt iron from one side and coal from the other, and then the furnaces can pick both. That's a good plan that I usually do. I do want to make this reasonably fast though. And I can have two rows of furnaces being fed from the same belt. Let's start with 5 and we'll work our way up from there. We'll start with 5 and we'll see how we go on. If you put it on Naked Brutality, that you wouldn't have survived that raid. And I need these things. These things need copper. Oh, I never went for the copper. You. It's F. Yeah. T is research. Yeah. I'm gonna put this in the furnace and I'm gonna refuel you. Keep digging. Okay, so what we need... I don't have enough iron, apparently. Yeah, because I never set this up. So let's actually go and fuel the boilers. Well, the boiler, because there's only one. One generator right now, which should honestly be enough for what I'm having running right now. There we go. It's far, it's far. I don't like when it's far. I'll have to have a defense hub here. Because this is the first thing they're gonna attack if they're... Actually, the map... I'm happy that there's no colonies with biters here. So they're probably gonna be spawning here and over here. We'll see. There we go. Okay, this should be as good as it gets right now. I need to get some copper smelted though. That's what I need to do. Okay, so this is working. So here's the gist of the idea. So the way I usually do it is I have a smelting part where everything gets mined out and smelted. I have a construction part where everything is being fed to and then constructed, and then whatever I need goes up from there. Of course, the beauty of this game is you can do this a million different ways and still do it fine. Yeah, they will always be outside of the spawn area, but I'm happy that even if you have a spawn area, which is generally the starting field, and there's never any biters on it, they can spread into the spawn area from the outside. So these fields, despite not actually being shown, uh, at least again, I'm assuming because this is how it used to work. I don't know if anything was changed, but I'm going to assume for the purposes of this game that this is still working the same way. If there are any biters here, they're already there, and they can move into these fields. Like I said, I don't know if that's still the way it is. I could be talking out of my ass for all I know. Because I was playing one early game in the alpha as a turtle, so I wasn't moving anywhere. I didn't even build a radar like very late until I had to find oil, and the little red dot started appearing anyway. So did did did. Now the reason why I'm doing it like this is because I can put in the coal line here, and these little thing can grab both iron and coal from the same line. Of course, they need to be powered, and I need to still get the coal line up there, but that's the general idea. And you will be done with... Actually, you're done now. You're done now. I'm gonna put you here, and you keep making iron. There we go. Because I need... You can antagonize them even before then. You can only they will only not attack you first if you have the peaceful world turned on. You can antagonize them even before then, and they can attack you even before. They will not only be triggered by pollution. You can antagonize. They will only be triggered by pollution and attack you first if you turn on the peaceful world. If that's not on, you can be stupid and just run into one direction. You'll run into them and they'll start attacking right away. Okay, so let's connect this. It works. It's generally not advised to antagonize the biters before you're ready for them. Not a good idea. uh, so I don't have the splitter down yet. So I think I'm gonna make this line of coal just for the production, and I'll run one more line to feed the generator. Run out of... Is this making... Yes, this is making it. And since you're not doing anything, you might as well do that. There we go. Now the line's being fed from two sides, and if I do this, it jumps into action. There we go. And you will notice it's feeding both sides. The only this one isn't, because this one didn't get any coal yet. Yeah, no coal has reached this little guy. That'll change, I'll make more. There we go. You mean the biter base that gets demolished, I'm guessing, Galaxy One. That tactic works early on, doesn't work late game, because the the biter bases become so complex and so sprawling with such a high spawn rate. The only way to get rid of them is if you constantly put pressure on them. That only works early game. And before you ask, no, I'm not gonna be doing that. I don't have the skill nor the courage to attack biters early game. Uh, I'm happy in my safe corner for the time being. Thank you very much. Oh, there is. Okay, I can now start thickening this up, but I do need more of these things. You can't. It is a good. What you mentioned is always a good idea if you plan to attack their base to uh, aggravate. They always have a gathering point, and it's always a good idea to uh, lure them before they're done preparing. To lure them to attack you where the defenses are strongest, and that thins them out. Oh yeah, yeah. I can see where he went bad there. If you don't have enough supply to keep your defenses going, then that tactic isn't gonna work. Then you're just playing yourself essentially. You need to have sufficient defenses to keep them at bay essentially. If you don't, then you're just playing yourself. Okay, so we can now make this thicker. You need fuel, which I have. Okay, so that's now working. We now need to do the same thing for our copper thing over there. And I'm gonna pick it up now since there is no point for it to run. There we go. So we want to do the same thing then there, and we'll have a line of iron and a line of copper, and then we're gonna be using that line of iron and copper to feed factories. That's how I do it. It's not the best way, it's not the most efficient way, it's the way I like to do it. Fight me. And I have plenty of copper to smelt. So I will. What we need is we're gonna need a lot more of these, so we're gonna get that going. And generally these operate better if they have a belt to go on to. We're still supplying, so one generator is still supplying enough power for all of this, and we are not anywhere near running out of coal. And we still have this set up too. I'm using this just for the boilers now, because they will die out at some point and I'll have to refuel them. I could set up here a box just for the excess. It wouldn't be a bad idea really to set up a box for the excess so that we're not wasting any resources. Well, it's not a waste. You can't make more or less than it allows, but we can pick it up here. Okay. Okay, we have this set up. Okay, I need how many did I build? None. Oh, save. Need more. Two should be enough for the start. What do I have from equipment that I could build? Not really, I could take these. Okay. I don't have much on me. Okay, so let's see now. No, I'm not gonna build armor yet. There's no point. I have 2 drills. I need more of these. And we're gonna go from here. If anybody knows what button I can hold and just keep running while setting this up, please tell me, because I don't know. I forgot. I know there was a button that I didn't have to do this. I could just run. Okay, so let's set those things down. We're gonna work from the edge upwards. There we go. 5. Well, I always start with 5. Will make more of it as we need. I always start with 5. I should get my research started. I don't have the manufacturing yet. Yeah, I don't. That's gonna be the first thing I research. I think. We'll see. This is going swimmingly. Okay. Same thing here. We can always extend it as we need to. But seriously, the music is bugging me. I know I could turn it off, but it would be kind of bad because the game doesn't have much in terms of ambiance. Welcome back, Galaxy. I need 10 of these. Oh, I just realized the coal line doesn't go here yet. I'll have to manually fill this up. Also, this thing isn't powered yet. Well, that's a smaller problem. We'll just move these down. It's not a big deal. Is your friend asking you to go out now? Galaxy, you have a date? Just teasing a little. Okay, so I need to rework this power thing. I'll need to fuel these by hand for now because the coal line doesn't go up there yet. I could make it go up there, but in early game you don't really need that much copper, and also the boiler needs to get fueled. About getting a PC or laptop, I'm hoping. I always said this thing. Yes, there are. If he's into gaming, yes, there are gaming laptops. No, you shouldn't have one. I mean, it's fine if you're a casual gamer, then a gaming laptop is fine. But if you want to do gaming consistently and a lot, you are better off with a PC because of how much you can upgrade it and build it over time. With laptop, you're stuck with what you get, and it can be the best, it can be top of the line, but is technology becomes obsolete in like 3 months, and what's new today will be obsolete in a month. So, you know, something to keep in mind when you're buying technology. Just because something is very good today doesn't mean it's gonna stay good for a reasonable amount of time. I will always recommend people get a PC rather than a laptop if they're into gaming, just because of how it works. And I had gaming laptops. I know that they're fine. Nothing wrong with them. They're fine. Yeah, that's exactly the same thing I say. I say as well. Get a decent PC and then upgrade it over time. It's a much better idea. It's more reasonable. Uh, if he's going to be building it himself, did he ever build a PC himself? I mean, building a PC yourself isn't difficult. However, there are a few components you have to be very careful with. Specifically, the processor. You have to be very careful with that because if you are installing that lastly, you can break it very easily. Okay, I think this is... early game we don't need that much copper, so we'll leave that as it is, and we will now join up these two lines. And we will end up with a line of both iron and copper. Haha, perfect. All of the furnaces are working, so obviously there is stuff getting on them. Could make one more miner just to keep the pressure. But honestly, I think the next thing we have to deal with is research. For the time being, it doesn't matter where I put the lab, so we're just gonna put it here. We need 10 of these for the starting research. And yes, this will be the research we're gonna start first. Did I start it? Okay, yes. Some nice adjustments and changes to the GUI, I like it. Still having internet problems, I see, Galaxy? You should really get that fixed. If you can, that is. If you can't, then my condolences. Uh, where is it? What am I missing? Iron. Perfect. It's fine, don't worry about spelling. I pride myself on spelling, and I misspell things a lot as well. It's one of those things that we all get wrong sometimes. It's more about being clumsy typing than anything else. I love the 2D sprite artwork in this game. The sprites in this game are some of the highest quality sprites I've seen in games in general. If this game can pride itself on it or anything, it's the quality of the sprites. They are absolutely magnificent. I love them. Oh. Okay, so our iron and copper mining is now set up. We will be automating the research part shortly. Ooh, the sound that this is now is making is also very nice. Yeah, 4 of them is enough to keep 5 of them fed. Right now I'm having more iron than I can handle, which is great. And the research is gonna go, and we're gonna automate the research first. Now, how am I gonna be expanding this? I think I'm just gonna expand upwards. That should be reasonable enough, and it works. We're still good on power. First I'm gonna do the things I need for automation, then I'm gonna research turrets. Okay, so we got this. The next thing we need is this. How much do we need for that? 15 of them. Um, I'm on a fence, really. Yeah, let's make them manually. I'm gonna put that into research, and then we're gonna set up the automation for science. What science needs? Science needs copper plate and iron gear wheels. So it can take copper plate from the belt and iron gear wheels. So we're gonna need 2 factories for that. And that's gonna output this way. I think I'm gonna then split it up. I think splitter makes split of both things, so it should work just fine because it splits the line as it is. Oh, there we go, we run out of power. Do I have coal with me? No, I do not. Run back to coal, get some coal. Well, to be honest, Galaxy, if he manages to find a part which isn't compatible with another part, then and nobody warns him about when he's buying it, then first of all, that shopkeeper is an idiot, and second of all, I mean, I don't know how other people do it. When I'm building up a rig, I always first select the components and then I run them by somebody who knows more than me. Because I know just enough to get by. I'm not an expert, and I like to hear an opinion from an expert before I make a choice and potentially make a big hash of it. So what I do is I'm lucky enough because my brother is a programmer and he really knows his stuff for obvious reasons. So I always ask him. Other people, of course, not everybody knows a programmer, but it's always a good idea to ask somebody that knows before you go out and just buy things. Because you're running the risk of what am I missing? Iron. You always run the risk of making a fool of yourself and just spending more money than you need to. Always ask. Doesn't matter if you're a man and a woman, it's always good to ask. Actually, you have a good point. I could make ammo as well. That's a simple thing to do, so we're gonna make another factory to make ammo. We can put this anywhere really, so let's put it here. Ammo is really simple to make, so let's make that now. I'm gonna need another power. Here. I have a box here. We can put the box here, and you make ammo. There we go. Ammo being made. We need to put those. So I'm gonna make a splitter here. So this is how it's gonna work. I'm gonna need more factories, I know that, but the first is gonna be here and then here. This one will be making science. That needs cogs. This will be making cogs. Cogs here, this here, output there. And I'm gonna immediately put the sciences on a belt. I'm gonna make two more here, so this is gonna be expanded, and the belt will go immediately into the laboratories. So this line will be for science. So we said here, 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 and out. That should work quite nicely. This powers this. This powers that. Magnificent. Now I just need to wait for that to finish. In the meantime, let's make the belt where everything is gonna go out. And we're gonna put the labs over here. Probably gonna need more ammo factories, but that's later. This is still keeping up, so I don't need to add more iron lines. This is easy to expand because all I do is add more furnaces. As long as I keep these things fed, easy game. I think the most that this setup can handle, I think it's 15 furnaces. I don't remember. And you can make these more efficient later on because you just upgrade these with the better furnaces. This setup will have to be reworked for the electric furnaces though. But electric furnaces really you don't really need them uh, until later on.